meeting to order, please.
Mrs. Mock?
Here.
Mr. Markham?
Here.
Mr. Porter?
Here.
Mr. Sherwood?
Here.
Mrs. Smrek?
Here.
We also please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Porter.
The vision and mission statement of the Austintown Schools. The Austintown Local School District is a united community with a proud legacy and a progressive approach to education. We provide an inspiring education that strengthens and prepares our students for unlimited future opportunities.
Thank you. Before we get into the agenda, I'd like to have just a brief moment of silence for the tragedy that happened this Tuesday and in Columbus for the Tuscarawas Valley School District, the tragic loss of life, 3 students, educator, and 2 chaperones. You can have a moment of silence, please. All right, thank you. Item 5, on the recommendation of the treasurer, approve the agenda for the November 16th, 2023 Board of Education regular session.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Markham?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Sherwood?
Yes.
Mrs. Smrek?
Yes.
Item 6, we have nobody, I don't believe anybody signed up for public comments. No. Item 7, we'll get into student recognition.
I know.
He's trying.
We can start with Ms. Mock.
Hi, good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm here tonight to recognize the incredible accomplishments of a young gentleman by the name of John Darnley. Come on up, John. Now, John is a little bit taller than when I first met him, which happened to be in this very cafeteria as a 6th grade student. It's been incredible to watch him grow and become the well, he's always been intelligent, but to see him and the accomplishments that he has made and will continue to make. We're here tonight to recognize him as he is a semifinalist for the National Merit Scholarship Program. Now, the National Merit Scholarship Program is an annual academic competition. It's among high school students for recognition and college scholarships, and it began in 1955. Now, when our students take the PSAT, they're not the only ones, obviously. There are over 1.3 million entrants every year for this prestigious honor. Now, let me get the numbers correct because it's pretty incredible. There are 16,000 semifinalists from that number that I had just given you. So in September, about 1/3 of the 50,000 highest scorers, okay, they were notified that they were qualified and they were the semifinalists, okay? The highest scoring entrants in each state. So he is one of the highest scorers in the state of Ohio, okay? He is now in the process of becoming a finalist. So there's some more work to do, but he deserves an incredible amount of admiration for becoming a semifinalist for the National Merit Scholarship Program. So, congratulations.
Come on, Coach.
All right, first I wanted to say thank you so much to the board for recognizing my 7th grade volleyball team on their accomplishments. They worked so hard this season and I'm so proud of them. My 7th graders ended the regular season with an 8-3 record going into the tournament. We beat Warren the first round of the AAC tournament and Howland second round. and they ended the season as your 2023 AAC champions, which is super exciting. Yes, give me a hand, give me a hand. If you had the chance to be a spectator at our games, you can agree with me that it's very exciting to watch. Just like I said after our final game in the tournament, like this is only the beginning of your career. I'm super excited to watch you grow. If you stick with volleyball, which I hope that you do, I hope that you just improve, watch your skills grow, and just keep being competitive. So I'd like to recognize them one by one, and then they can come up. Tavia Ray, Taylor Ray, Cassidy Holly, Renna Sidoris, Jaden Burge, Gracie Fonda, Maria Kuros, and my manager this year who helped me out graciously, Kiara Brown. All right, thanks girls, good job this year. Thanks again. Thank you.
Item number 8, we'll start with Fitch High School's building reports.
Good evening, everyone. Just a few things happening at Fitch, and I want to go back and recap our first Powder Puff game since 1991. This was awesome. I know Mr. Kelty was out there, got to witness it and everything. It was really neat. The whole building came out. The juniors upset the seniors 19-6. We had a few bad calls by Marcel Finkley, I would say, and Davion Pritchard, but all in all, it was good. The kids enjoyed themselves, and it was really neat to see the whole building out there, and the juniors and the seniors, and there was coaches, and there was stealing plays, and there was all sorts of stuff. But it was great. It was really a lot of fun. Coming up this week, we have parent-teacher conference on Monday. We have the jazz band December 12th, orchestra the 14th, and then rock band and choir show on the 19th. And then I do want to highlight the night of giving for Michelle Stewart's daughter, which is December 2nd at 7 o'clock at Fitch for her daughter who's battling leukemia. I do want to highlight 2 students real quick before I'm done. I want to highlight Anthony Ruggles. I know Nicole is here, who is second team All-State for soccer. He's probably out on the field kicking right now. And then I want to highlight John. I know Miss Martin highlighted John real quick, and I know I've only been at Fitch for a hot minute, but I've known John since he was at AIS for a long time. And Miss Martin is right. He's always been smart. You know, I think the technical term is a smart cookie, but more importantly than that, in the time that I've ever known John, you cannot meet a nicer kid. And I think sometimes that needs to be recognized as well, because you're a nice kid inside and out. I know that comes from your parents. I know you have a lot to be proud of, but even though everything you carry around at Fitch is a total and complete mess, you're a great kid, John. So, congratulations.
Okay, Ms. Jones with the update from middle school.
Okay. Good evening, board. I wanted to just talk about a couple of things with academics, PBIS, and multi-tier systems of support. So our spelling bee, and thank you so much to Mrs. Mock for volunteering to be our pronouncer, will be held on November 30th at 8 a.m. in this cafetorium. It's our it's going to be a pleasure to be able to have that spelling bee, because we do get to see those smart cookies show their stuff. Makes me a nervous wreck to watch them, but every letter is so important. We will have our first quarter honors assemblies, and those will be held on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving to honor all of those kids that have been coming to school every day, the perfect attendance. Do we have any more porters in the district, Mr. 2 more? So those are the kids that always keep that perfect attendance going, but as well as at amazing grades. So then the students that might need an extra bit of help, we are providing that help. That's at MTSS, the multi-tier systems of support. Posigrams are back as Falcon Grams. We reinvented them. So those postcards will be hitting the mail. We mailed out our first round on Friday, and I do have Posigrams to pass out to all the board members for just being wonderful people. PTA, our Tammy Betos, our very own Tammy Betos, has been at this school probably, I don't know how many hours in a week. Especially this past weekend, we had the largest craft show. It's probably bigger than the Oktoberfest in Boardman Park. So it was amazing. Everything that they do for us is about our students, and they had a sports banquet last month. They've had outreach events every Friday. Kids are collecting money, dress-up days, and they wanted to plan ice cream parties for the homerooms that have the most membership. So we did that today. Get those in before Thanksgiving as well. Not only are we doing all that at AMS, and it feels so good to be back, we're creating the culture of caring. And that is one of the most important things that we can teach our kids. Our AMS family, and it is a family, is taking care of each other. Mrs. Klein's class has organized 3 volleyball games to raise money for one of her students. It's to honor their classmates, and she is battling leukemia in the hospital right now. So she was live via the computer watching the volleyball game for our 6th graders. The 7th grade game and the 8th grade game will be coming up this week. The Student Council has organized a Toys for Tot campaign, and we know AMS is going to win the trophy. Hate to tell the other principals that. So I think we lost it for a while. Also, we're having a little staff fun, and Mr. Scarmack brought into school 3 little paper turkeys, and it's caused such a ruckus. So if you are in our building, you might hear the words, "Did you see a turkey?" And they aren't lying, because it's a paper turkey that folds up into nice, neat, somebody had it in their boot today, and you have to go around asking anybody if they saw a turkey, and the goal is to win and have the turkey at the very end of the day. So the kids are having fun, the adults are having fun, and everybody's caring about learning. So thank you so much for your support, appreciate it.
AIS update.
Good evening. I first wanted to start off, we had a VIP breakfast this past week where students were allowed to bring anyone influential in for breakfast. So it could be a grandparent, a parent, anybody who has a strong hold on their life. And we had about over 500 people, and I have to say thank you to Joni Mitchell. She's one of our secretaries. If you've ever worked with her, you love her. She's amazing. She helped it run flawlessly, and everybody had a really nice time. I did want to acknowledge our building for being awarded for the 4th year in a row the PBIS Gold Award for the state of Ohio. This is a significant accomplishment because only about 40 schools in the state were given this, and that's less than 1% of all schools. And the award itself is a great accomplishment, but the even larger part is what the school is. That's a reflection of what the school is. It's a true learning environment with rigor for the academics, and it's a wonderful place for the staff to work and for the students to be, for their academia as well as their SEL needs. Next week we also have our PTA conferences. Our wonderful PTA is supplying a dinner for the entire staff, which we are very grateful for. And kind of to roll off the PBIS portion, one of our tier 2 supports that we have is we do have some tutors. And we do have an AEA member, Katie Corbett. She is a title tutor. She also works a lot with 3rd grade. Her, as well as our part-time tutors, Dina Giambattista, Christy McGivern, Isabella Cascioli, and a new hire, Megan Yara Bennett. She's a Fitch grad. Her mom works at the middle school. These women are amazing. The amount of students that they pull and help just to give additional academic supports really help to close the gap and just show just everything that we're about at AIS and how much that they help the students. And it's all grade levels, all subjects, and they're all hands on deck, and we're very fortunate to have all of them. So that's it. Thank you.
Kathy Gorbish with the AES update.
Good evening, everybody. This is the November happenings at AES. We had our first annual PTA-sponsored book fair using Lena Books, and they were able to purchase a book for any student that did not bring any money, so we were very grateful for the PTA. On November 8th, our 8th graders from AMS come to read to our 1st graders in Mrs. Ferguson's room, and we talked about doing more of that. It was awesome. This Friday, we have our Success After 6 Thanksgiving dinner for our after-school families. We look forward to greeting them in our cafeteria. Next week, conferences on Tuesday evening, and we have our second grade Thanksgiving plays in Mrs. Wallace, Patrick, Miller, Havich, Franklin, and Banco's room. And finally, our shout out is to Mrs. Good. She's a shared attendance coordinator between us and AIS, and she's doing a great job aligning those policies, and we did see an improvement on our attendance this year. Thank you.
Item 9, upon the recommendation of the treasurer, approve the following items A through C by consent action.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Smrek?
Yes.
Mr. Markham?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Sherwood?
Yes. Item 10, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approve the following items A through G by consent action.
So moved. Second.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Mrs. Smrek?
Yes.
Mr. Markham?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Sherwood?
Yes. 11, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approve the following contractual agreements made by and between the Austintown Local School District and A, B, and C as listed below.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Smrek?
Yes.
Mr. Markham?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Sherwood?
Yes. I'd like a motion for our next board meeting to be, I believe it's Tuesday, December the 19th at 4 p.m. work session, 5 o'clock regular session.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Smrek?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Mr. Markham?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Sherwood?
Yes. Comments, please?
No.
Mr. Kelton.
Real quick, I do. I want to say I'm in awe of you, John. Did John leave?
He left.
Oh, he's. Did, yeah.
You can still
Thank you, though, John. I mean, wow. How proud are we as an Austintown community, and keep making Fitch great, John. And maybe you'll be superintendent someday. I hope.
Comments from the board?
I just want to first off start to thank hold on, excuse me. I want to thank our retirees for all their years of service, so thank you for that. Congratulations to our volleyball team for all their hard work and accomplishments. This past weekend into Tuesday, we had the opportunity to go down to Columbus to the Ohio State School Boards Association Capital Conference. And there's one thing I learned year after year is really how good our district is. Talking to several other people on several other boards, whether it be superintendents or board members, the mess that's going on in today's education, it's really tough to deal with. And I come here into this district and we sit at this table and we have this business to conduct, and it's cohesive. It's not always agreed, but it's cohesive. And I want the community to understand how important that is for the future of our schools. It takes a lot of hard work for the school district to run, and talking to these other schools, it's just amazing how good we truly have it. So I just want to make sure the public is aware of that, and I thank the board, and I thank our teachers. I know the effort you put in after hours, going home grading papers, the extra effort for all the extracurricular activities. I want you to know it doesn't go unrecognized, and I thank you for that. And that's all I have.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank all of our booster groups and coaches for their efforts to celebrate the accomplishments of our student athletes at their respective banquets this month and those that will be held in December. Please also attend and support our students' holiday performances over the next several weeks, as well as the beginning of our winter sports. And lastly, Thanksgiving is a time of togetherness and gratitude. Although Thanksgiving comes but once a year, every day should be a day of thanks. So I hope all of you have a blessed Thanksgiving with your families. Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Smrek?
Yes.
Mr. Markham?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Mr. Porter? Mr. Sherwood?
Yes.